Rank 3 against rank 62. Yeah, that's where you have in these different qualifiers, you have big gaps in those. Vanessa playstyle. So maybe he's playing similar playstyles to what I'm doing right now. Vanessa into potentially Gianna kind of stuff. The thing is, you can't really pair Vanessa, Gianna, Heigang that well, because you're most likely going to be lacking damage. Sierra, okay. That way you do have your damage. I do like a Sierra. The only issue for me is like I feel like she just misses too much. Other side, you could easily still go Valajul something. Evna's a little bit weird right now because of the Heigang, but you could definitely still go Valajul. It's maybe sounding a little bit Saki-ish, but it is still super strong. Yan Hong. Could even pair the two easily. Yep. Makes sense, makes sense. Other side, you could go back to the Gianna, but it is maybe a little bit tricky. In this position, I kind of feel more like Bruiser style fits better, but it's gonna be a match where you're praying not to get like a heavy RNG done. Goes to the Gianna, maybe Fire Monkey next to it or so. It is very low on healing, whereas the enemy side is showing healing. So I do kind of like the draft of A3. However, if things go slightly wrong, it is very favorable for Kenitama right here. Plus, he has the option to remove the Heigang as well, if he so pleases. So there's a few options over there. Plus, the Heigang is only good for just the first round. Oh, we go back to Chao. Never mind, he loses. We go back to Chao. Let's see if the Chaos actually respect and banned. But I don't think Chao into double bomber is that great. Well, with that, he's probably banning Sierra, I guess. And that's, as said, like low damage for A3. And there's low sustain for A3 as well. That's why I don't really like pairing Gianna. Like, the thing is, you feel like you want to, or you have to pair Gianna and Heigang. But the big issue about pairing Gianna and Heigang, he's gonna have no damage. Like, sure, he's gonna land the first AoEs right now, but Valajul is going to be taking over pretty fast. And then the Heigang is not gonna do shit after the first rotation. Or Heigang is not even going to do shit anyways, because it is just that first rotation. Chao actually wins this. I think most units would have won this. I think a Fire Monkey would have probably done better, to be honest. Now, you could bomb a Fire Monkey, where bombing a Chao is more difficult. But yeah, Heigang is completely useless here, and that's kind of the big issue for Gianna drafts. You kind of feel like you're forced to go for Heigang because you don't want to play into the Heigang. But Heigang doesn't do anything in this whole draft. Yeah, only picking up the attack bar from the Chao cleanses. That's about it. The Chao actually cleansed both of the good things. Okay, it's damage. Let's see if he can get off the... No, I don't think he can get rid of the Valajul. He did miss that armor break earlier on. If he didn't miss that armor break earlier on, he would have had enough damage to kill that Valajul. But now the match just takes over on the side of Kenitama. Most likely. Yeah, for sure, because you also have the Cigar moving, you have the Valajul moving, you have everything moving. Oh wait, I still have ads on. Oh, let me just quickly turn that shite off. But yeah, match is very over right now. This is what I've been trying to draft from time to time as well. But it is a difficult one to draft for sure. Because this into the Holy Trinity kind of stuff is just difficult. You just hella like damage. If you hella like damage, he's rune capping him big, and that's why it's still looking somewhat close. Oh, that was a perfect timing for killing by dot. But yeah, I would say it is looking pretty close by rune gapping, but otherwise it wouldn't be this close at all, no. Yeah, Chao is actually doing good over here. Juno pick was weird. Yeah, Juno pick was definitely weird. If he would have went for something that could have potentially killed a bunch of units. But it's hard to say what would have fit best, to be honest. Like, I would say, like, Meo Wang would have done a lot more. You're still, like, fighting a potential Chao, which is pretty rough. But I feel like, in general, Meo Wang would have at least been able to kill a few things. He was slightly unlucky on not getting the armor break on the Valajul. Could be high-res Valajul, like, we don't know that part, though, but... Also finesses in most cases. Well, it kind of depends. Like, some are pretty just full on tank, some are more on accuracy, but... In this case, it was a pretty easy match for Kenitama, actually. But yeah, that is just the weird thing about Heigang and Gianna together. They're actually kind of weak together, especially... Like, Heigang, this match was like the weakest possession you can put a Heigang in. Because Heigang never has any buffs to properly do anything on. Because you're Heiganging with getting the first turn on Heigang, so it just doesn't add anything. Laura being up right now, I think Laura for Ituaro mostly does work better. But we also have Kovaci going up for Kenitama, so that makes the Narsha ban even more useful. But let's see if he goes right away for Laura kind of comp. I'm not entirely sure what kind of Laura comp he was running last time around. Okay, still locking in double speed lead. Interesting one. How good is Narsha? Your sit and start currently. Narsha needs insane rune quality. Like, you should look at the Narsha of Rexes. That thing was just hitting in insane amount, but you need really good rune quality on it. And you mostly want to pair it with some kind of unit with attack buff / speed buff. So Kovaci, for that reason, makes it very good. Like, the two of them paired is very strong. Roxas, in his case, mostly does it with Adriana, though. More. Pretty old school. But works with Yeon Hong, I guess. Do you want to go for Laura something right now? He puts a lot of faith in that Sierra, though. Does he have Light Twins Angels? Rexus? No. He mostly uses it with Adriana. Okay, goes for Laura, so it's a 0 sustained comp once again, depending on the last two picks. But is it looking like it? Cigar? It's actually very uncommon to see Cigar as the M Bison. Have you guys noticed that as well? It's like 9 out of 10 or even like 99 out of 100. It is Cigar rather than the Wind M Bison. Other sides, Chinese playstyle with the Okeanos kind of over there. It is not too bad. I actually kind of like it, especially with like the whole team. I think Kenitama's looking at a pretty decent draft over here once again. Well, the thing is, if you ban the Okeanos, there's not too much going on for Kenitama's draft at the moment. But it still could be pretty deadly. Because the Moor in the end can do a lot of damage. Chiu in the end can do a lot of damage as well. Heigang? Okay, I think Heigang is just simply gonna get banned. On the other side, you have to probably ban out that Okeanos. Well, it depends if your Chiwu is going to be fast enough or not. Chow? No, hell no. Not Chow's. Yeah, those two bans makes the most amount of sense. Now, the big question is, well, Chiwu should move in front because of the Yeon Hong. So this time around, it's actually kind of a flip of the last match, where in this case, Kenitama takes first turn, but does he have enough follow-up to actually kill anything? But the thing is, you do have attack buff on the whole team. Chiwu attack buff, Moor attack buff, Yeon Hong attack buff. Might do a good amount of damage, though. Okay, didn't strip, though, so no push-up, but... Okay... Ooh, very good Despair Stone. That is like the most perfect Despair Stone right there. Plus, you didn't push back on the Sierra, so Sierra takes an awkward turn. Okay, that is what Etoile does against me all the fucking time. That Laura procs like every goddamn second it can. That thing is just insane. So I think with that proc, it's maybe a good comeback. But fair is fair, like the other guy despaired, so... But the amount of times that I have been Laura's skill 3 into skill 2... Most of them were by Ituaro, this guy over here. That Cigar actually didn't do shite over there, but makes sense with the glancing. Oh, that is dangerous though. You almost gave a buff bomb to your enemy. But I think the Sierra, if she lands a good bomb right now, does land it. Shoot insta-kill. 21k bomb, a lot of damage. Yeah, Ituaro has this match. So in this case, it was actually pretty much a flip of the... match of like the last time around, where Kenitama took the first turn but didn't really have too much follow-up. Like, sure, you had the AoE strip, sure, you had like a decent amount of damage in, but it is not enough to kill anything. And yeah, that's just the big issue of locking in a bunch of strips, taking first turn, but not actually killing anything. Like, sure, Heigang is really good, but is it like the greatest thing out there to lock in that early? I'm not sure. But the Vanessa might make it a little bit weird, where Chandra Cigar feels a little bit more off. But I think he still can go back to Chandra Cigar. Okay, Yeon Hong Cigar, even better. Because I'm pretty sure that Etoile is not going to be stealing the Chandra anytime soon. Well, he might right now because he doesn't have Vanessa, but probably does still like to go back to Laura something over here. Laura Meowang doesn't sound too bad, to be honest. Meowang into a cigar is never a really bad pick. Twins Angels, okay. Not sure if I'm liking that much, because you do know for a fact that Yan Hong is going to outspeed you for sure. But you do have the Heigang on the field, which gives you a little bit of protection into a potential Ethna. But I still think that, yep, something like that is very dangerous. It's not an Ethna, but another base speed unit. Plus a speed lead, definitely pretty nice. Heigang in this position is a lot better because you do have like longer prolonged buffs throughout the match, so stripping them has value for the Heigang. I feel like Heigang is only good if you do have a few consistent buffers on the field. Like the first match around, he had like the Gianna and that kind of stuff, and there were no other buffers. If you at least have like a Twins Angels of a Laura or whatever, that you have buffs, that every time that they are like, oh, I don't really want to strip this, that makes it a lot better. Douglas' pick is very good, was a must ban, so that is definitely a good one over there. This match, I think, might be decided if the Oliver gets online good or not. Because if you go for a strip over here, the Heigang actually in the end does feel pretty okay. Still can go for the cigar, but who do you do it on? Goes for the Sierra, okay. So it's gonna eat the skills of the Laura for a bit. Well, I think it's probably the right way, but let's see if the Laura does 3 point. That Laura always does that against me. That is the most consistent Laura. I thought about it in the previous time we drafted. That is the most consistent Laura proccing S3, S2, man. It is the most consistent, but just the sheer damage, man. 3.5 Ks at the start of a match. Look at the HP bars, man. Just the Laura moved. Oh, the Oliver missed. That is pretty huge. So therefore, Oliver's gonna have cycling on the S3, but then cooldowns might be screwed for a little bit. Yeah, this is the position where Heigang right now still kind of feels okay, because even if you strip something right now, it's still a boost. Okay, you do have your skill 3 still, but it is glance though. So yeah, I think every time that Etoaro has the Laura, it's just fucked. Your enemy is just fucked, man. Yeah, that's the thing on Laura, man. It's just so much damage and so much stuff going on. Oliver could come back online because he does have easy targets for him. There's no fire targets, there's no Meowang, there's no nothing. So if the Oliver can do Oliver things long enough, I could see this kind of working, but Violent on the Vanessa on that side, with Violent on the Sierra as well, 1 turn away from Bomb. Yan Hong is still a good amount of turns away from her skill, so Oliver has to do a lot of work here. And that is not a lot of work, my dear Oliver. That is not a lot of work. Can take out that Vanessa easily, but who do you boost up? I think if you boost up the Sierra, boost up the Laura, does make sense as well. Okay, you have to land it on the Sierra right now, but you also kind of want to land that on the Laura. Laura's still 1 turn away from skills. Doesn't actually perform as well as normally does. Twins Angels also doesn't have any skill, but still makes sense to push that back. Hey gang, stunts, no stunts, and no provoke on that Cigar. Cigar's taking over again. Oh, and for Yan Hong. That's also the thing. Yan Hong nearly dead. No, Yan Hong nearly alive. Yep, Oliver is kind of performing over here. I think we're saying goodbye to Etoaro, even with the Laura draft in here right now. It took too long to kill the Vanessa. Yep. Oliver still doing Oliver things. But you could see that most, like the strongest turning points every time was that Cigar. And that just makes it where every draft out there, there's very few drafts at the moment. Doesn't matter what playstyle you play. Cigar is always one of those common units which you just have to focus on to lock in. But that Yan Hong is also doing so much work, like 22k plus a 16k healing. That's just a straight up 40k healings. Can you imagine how many turns you have to take to do 40k damage? Well, that's well drafted by Kenny Tama. But with a draft like that, Etoaro has to be, or Osaru has to be Careful not to get locked in by a Wunsa plus Maximilian in the last 2 picks. Juno could be a counter against it, but goes back to the Cardinal. That's the one he got known for, like having an insane Cardinal, but I would say that you could actually Maximilian plus Wunsa right now. Not sure if you would lack damage, but on the other side, there's not too much of sustain as well, except for that Juno. Double Beast Rider. Okay, we do see a little bit more Beast Rider, same as that we've seen in China. Interesting. Let's see if this is a similar Barbara as that we saw from Lest. Lest had a Swift Will Barbara that was a bit more on the tanky side, probably speed, crit rate, HP or something like that. This could be a little bit more damage focused. But also curious to see how fast is that Laura going to be. That's also a thing with Laura. Laura's could be Despair, could be Fio, could be Swift, could be anything. Last pick, does he go for another Speedly? Does go for an Abellio. Makes a lot of sense. Abellio might be the forced ban right here. Or it's going to be banned on that Miles. I think those are the 2 potential bans over here. Other side, you could... hard to say. Well, it goes away for the Laura. Does make sense. You do have double Beast Rider with speed buff. You don't really want to be fighting that. But now the Juno's also in a little bit of an awkward position. She doesn't have that much to do. Okay, that looks like a Vio Barbara. Yeah, that looks very much like a Vio Barbara. That's kind of weird. Plus the Juno is on right tuning. Miles does Miles things. That is an awkward pick on that. Yeah, Barbara looks really weird. Also double proc on that. Hasaru is also a proc and kick. That is a something. Yeah, no will and pretty slow. That's like if the Barbara moved first, match would have been very different over here. Okay, at least Yara was not stripped, can land the bomb. But I think you already lose to the Miles by this point. You were reset for 1 turn. Got resisted on the stun. Could be 100 res on that Miles. You do see Miles on 100 res from time to time. But yeah, this match is pretty much already over. There's not too much going on. But the Barbara was really weirdly placed in here. Good damage from that Cardinal. That was a lot of damage from the Cardinal. But it's also like, you can see how important it is to still have your Juno tuned. Like if you do have the runes for it, getting your Juno in tune to move in front of your Oliver and stuff just works out very well. If you want to be pronounced Fire Bayek Ashur, I guess that's probably the better way to say it, yeah. But yeah, Miles is just taking over. The first turn on the proc on the Miles was kind of deadly, but I think the Barbara was just weird drafted. Like a Vio Barbara in this was still making a comeback, actually. What the hell? Okay. Oh, it was not in 100 crit rate as well. It was not on 100 crit rate. It was like looking for a little bit of potential comeback. If it did land the slow on the Miles, you do reduce his damage by a good amount, but in the end, didn't work out. But it was getting still a little bit closer than expected. Let's see what he does against those kind of drafts. He probably will end up with a Zibala something. Maxi. Okay, does he go Maxi Zibala? Decent, decent. But let's see what... You could easily lock in an Athna right now. Athna and the Cookie could be an option. You should be fast enough on both units because you do... Sonya, also good option. I do think I maybe like an Athna more than this. Because Sonya just kills one thing, but then probably easily dies off herself. Whereas Athna can steal the attack buff, or not the attack buff, the immunity. Does that mean I have to go to Japan? Yeah, I guess so. Also has Vio, Twins, Angels, Swift, Laura. I don't know. I don't exactly know what kind of playstyles they're working on, but I would say that Osaru does feel like a stronger draft in here. Let's see if he bans out the Marsha or he still goes for something else. Marsha's banned, Sonya's banned, okay. So in this case, if the Cookie has to land on the Zibala, and then the Twins Angels has to start opening up the match. But let's see if that is going to be enough. Zibala at least is on Will Runes, which is a good thing. Let's go for that. Wait, does that even work? It does work. Okay. That's good. But not if it Vios. Rips. Rips. Well, the Oliver was not hit. Decent damage on that, but yeah, I think Sierra takes over right now. It's also the Twins Angels was on Vio most likely as well, which is just not really recommended. Like, if your enemy drafts that much speed, you shouldn't be locking in a Cardinal. Like, you know what's coming with the... Like, the moment anyone goes for Sierra plus Robo, you know, like, 1000% sure what's coming. That Cardinal's still doing a lot of work, though. Would Cardinal manage to do this? This has to miss? Nope. If that one was pretty much heavily missed, he still had a chance to win. Does he still have a chance to win? No, Oliver's missing skills. If Oliver had skills online right now, I do see a world where he absolutely still won. But yeah, the Cardinal placing over here, you have to speed contest those comps more. If he went for like an Athena in the Cardinal slot, he would have like fucked him up really badly. But Blue Will does know that he doesn't show any speed contesting on the side of Osru yet, so he does have to go to fast units. So probably, like, if you go Athena right now, you fuck up your enemy real bad. No, he goes Vert. Okay, I guess he doesn't have Athena ruined. That's probably the only reason why he's not locking that in. Zima, interesting one. Wait, okay. Now we're just betting on the Vert proc because Sonya is a must ban. Sonya would insta-kill Sierra or Maxi, so I guess that the Sonya is still the must ban. But if you're showing like 4 units with AoE hits, Vert is gonna counter at some point. Yeah, this Vert is probably going to take over. I'm not liking this Robo pick that much. But let's see. That is a pretty fast Vert. Okay, you have to do it again. Whoa, Vert is not doing shit. That is also an option. Betting on the Vert when your Vert is not doing shit. Okay, additional turn when you didn't really want it. The Vert gonna do it again? Vert is doing nothing once again. This is the best Vert in the history of the game, boys. This is all of your guys' Vert. And mine. That's... okay, what a shit match, man. Holy fuck. Well, you're betting on the Vert, but in the end, Vert had 3 times 45% chance to counter. But Osru has to go for a speed lead right now that also is somewhat fast, or he just goes for another bruiser unit. The thing is, the Juno allows him to put another bruiser in the 5 and simply ban out the Maximilian and still have a decent draft. Whereas if the Juno was another speed contesting unit, or at least damage dealing kind of style of unit for the cleave, then he could have never locked in a Marsh in the 5. Juno's more of a steal. I don't think you give a shit about Juno that much. Yeah, in this case, if that Laura is swift and Cookie should move first, then I think that those are the better drafts right there. The Juno was pretty misplaced. Yeah, both of those move first. Doesn't land though. Okay, but if this thing is swift, might the Zima take over? Doesn't land as well. Okay. Doesn't land neither. What the fuck? These units are being so inconsistent right now. Yeah, at least the Juno moves in front. Doesn't... Fucking hell, man. Yeah, this game is... yeah. You just pray to RNGesus and that's how you get anywhere. What the fuck was this? This was the most bullshit game I've seen in a while. What the fuck, man? This is just dumb. This is just dumb. Holy shit, man. Wow. Is that your way to win? Is that your way to win? Wait, didn't Osru win? They showed the wrong profile. Even the production side is like, what the fuck just happened? What is that Zeratul doing in there? What is a lot of stuff doing in here anyways? I think the more... Well, it kind of depends like what the more Bayek Masha can do, but you should be able to take out Sierra or Zeratul in like... First hit. Which one is better, Bayek or Cardinal? Well, one is single target, the other one is AoE, one has cleanses, the other one doesn't, so... It's a little bit back and forth. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah, the sucker. Oh, phew. Okay, Masha. Masha doesn't get the push up. Okay, it is only but fair if the Bayek procs right now. But let's see if that actually happens. Goes for the more, okay. Have to go for skill 3. You could go for skill 1 stun, though. Another despair stun on counter. Yep, now I understand why these people are pulling Junos. If my Juno would be doing that all the games, I would be pulling Juno in every game I had. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Matsu's getting a little bit sacked over here. With a little bit, I mean a little bit much. How the hell are you getting controlled by Juno? Yeah, Bayek already dies to the dots, though. And I think there's not enough firepower to take care of this Zeratul right now. So the Zeratul that looked very weak in draft is suddenly strong. Also, that thing is stunning. My pony never fucking stuns, man. That thing literally never wants to stun for me. But yeah, Zeratul easily takes over the match right now. So where Zeratul was looking very weak in draft, suddenly became very strong. But it would have been very common for Mats to take at least either the Zeratul or the Sierra in the first rotation. If it wasn't for the despair stun from counters and then that kind of shit. Shizuka on the other side. I'm not sure what Shizuka's going to bring into that. Lima? Neither. Matsu's having some really weird drafts right now. Matsu has 0 damage. Like, how are you even gonna get through the Yeonhong healing right now? Like, legit, even the pony healing by this point might be fine. Yeah, Juno's a really good pick into this. Matsu has, like, no damage whatsoever. And you have to ban out that Yeonhong. If the Yeonhong starts doing skills, you're just fucked. But then again, also, if the pony starts doing skills, you're fucked. The Juno, you have to ban. You literally have to ban 3 units on that side right now. It is so weird that you see a Zeratul locked in and you're like, yeah, that's the winning draft. Yeah, Juno was must ban. Well, maybe with the Lima... No, you still have Zeratul strips. So it's even good for Zeratul to be able to strip. Fuck, why is the Zeratul locked in being good? Why? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see if he goes for a boost up. Goes for the Sierra boost. Wait, does the Sierra even move in front? What the? Oh, wait, I missed the will rune on the... I thought for a second there was no will rune. Wait. What is with these weird-ass bolts here, man? That thing was on double revenge will. Full resisted. Full resisted twice. I can't, man. ICBA, man. What the fuck is this bullshit going back and forth between these two players? Maybe it is 100 res Vanessa. It is an option if you're off will. It could be like a endure set on that last thing. But man, this is just some weird shit locking in both sides. Okay, missed on the interesting thing. You still kind of have to go for skill. Oh, okay, let's go for that one. Our additional turns. Might he actually be getting enough damage in that way? Do you go for skill 1? Let's go for skill. A decent amount of damage. Decent amount of damage right there, actually. This pony is stunning way too much, man. Maybe if I lock in my pony all the time, it starts stunning. Is that pony also like 100 accuracy shit? Because this Zeratul can't land things for days, whereas this pony is landing everything. This pair and tear on that Vanessa or some shit. This is just the weirdest thing ever. I would personally probably go S2. Because of the slow, yep. Sierra's at a weird position over here. Okay, I guess if this match wins enabled by the double revenge will Lima. Well, let's see. Still has to go through the Zeratul and other stuff. And that unit is also not landing its shit. Do you have Zeratul? No, I don't. Maybe only the pony works if there's a Zeratul pair. That is the key. Yeah, let's see how the Zeratul's... It really likes those resistance checks. What the actual fuck? You could land the bomb right now, but it's just cycling, that's all. Okay, that one's taken out. Now the Zeratul should have easier targets to land on, I guess. I think you do have to go for skill 3 right now. Decides not to go for skill 3. Do you do this on the Zeratul? Does do it on the Zeratul? Wait, is everything from Matsu a million resistance? Or is this Zeratul legit on, like, minus 15 accuracy? But also, why did you not S3 before? No, your unit is dead. It's like, what the hell are people doing here in these matches, man? This is just, I don't know, this is just so weirdly played. How much bomb damage was that? I think it was a good amount, but not also an insane amount. I think it was like 20k-ish. But the match has been going on pretty long already. Is it Tank Zeratul? Yeah, it seems to be. Well, I guess Tank Zeratul is not the worst. It still does a decent amount of damage. If I had a Zeratul, I'd probably go speed, crit rate, HP as well. He's throwing on purpose? I don't know, man. But that Lima should have done skill 3 in the previous round. But he even has too little damage to just go through the Zeratul. That part is fairly true as well. Did miss again on the cooltime. No, he's gonna die to the bomb later. But yeah, if everything is this tanky, I guess the Zeratul draft with the pony works out. Weirdly enough. 3-0. That was some weird shit, man. It's an okay draft over there. Especially like the combination of Heigang with Mookwol and Wajet does make it very nice. Why is Mookwol useless without Han? You kind of want that speed lead from the Han. Plus, it's very good protection for the Han. Whereas Mookwol itself, it's hard to pair it into a unit where it does work very well. Very fast lock-in from the units of Asada-san. He's confident right here. Liking to see that. Sonya's really good. Sonya's pretty much must ban, but that also does mean that you're banning out that Vanessa. So I would not ban out that Vanessa. Because I do like the picks on the Chao plus the Camilla. Like, the both of them combined is pretty strong. However, you have to go through threat state plus Wajet buffs, which is pretty hard to do. There's not too much healing on the side of Asada-san, but the amount of buffs makes it hard to deal with it. So it's pretty much 100% Sonya ban. And I think Asada-san should bet on that his Sonya is banned and therefore not ban the Vanessa. But let's see what they actually go for. They are taking their times on the bans. Yep. I think you could have expected the Vanessa ban. And Vanessa ban, if you're... if the Sonya was not banned, then Vanessa would have been absolutely the best ban. But now facing both the Chao and the Camilla is going to be difficult. Chao does go through the boss with his skill 2, yes. But let's see if he actually has enough damage to go into. Good amount of stunts. What? What? Yo, that's just nasty, bro. That is just nasty. Locks in the damage on the Chao. Jesus, that is a squishy Chao. That is a really squishy Chao, my dear friend. But wait, you got locked down by full despair units. Okay, I think he's kind of rune gapping and despair gapping his enemy right now. Okay, the comeback. There is still comeback potential because Smicer plus those units can just do a lot of work. Like if he takes out the Han, there's no damage whatsoever on the side of Asada-san. Not against the healing with a Smiter and a Camilla though. Yeah, I don't see a problem with the Chao now. There's no Chao problem anymore, but there's still more despair stuns though. Those despair stuns are really rocking in. Yeah, it really depends how fast he can take care of that Chao. Or not of the Chao, of the Han in this case. Okay, still 2 turns away from the protection over there. Good damage, but it's not enough. Yeah, the cycling on the Han makes it very deadly as well. So land that provoke, does land the provoke. Han, additional turn, nope. Silence is there right now as well. Does get some more protection. So with the glancing and this, it's very hard to land those skills from the Camilla right now. But if Camilla does... Oh, the pushback. The pushback and therefore also the cleanse on the attack or on the Camilla itself. Boosting up the Han. That was just enough. Like the Hagen boost from the Camilla cleanse, that was big. Can Camilla solo this? No, I don't think so. No, Camilla can't solo this. There's too much chip damage and Camilla's just going for a little bit of ATB all the time. It was both an ATB push down and a push up because of Hagen hitting a crit. And Hagen critting made Camilla cleanse. And therefore Hagen gives attack bar to the Han. So yeah, now you have a lot of S1 pushbacks. Like all 3 units have S1 pushback. There's no way Camilla does anything right here. But interesting plays over there. Interesting plays. You don't have Chandra. What do you first pick? Olive or Vanessa? Yeah, depends on your playstyle. Camilla cleanses gives Han ATB. Yeah, because of Hagen. Hagen, if your enemy cleanses, Hagen gives ATB. So Hagen hitting a crit on Camilla forces Camilla to cleanse and therefore give ATB to Han. Leo Chow, okay. Damage on the side of Asada-san is a little bit low. Plus sustain is a little bit low as well if he locks in those 2. Wait, what the? What? Who the fuck is locking in a Narsha with a Leo? With this reaction, I'm pretty sure it was a misclick. Wait, how much damage is this going to do right now? Yep, we can save everyone like 2 minutes of their time and just go to the next match. I think he's thinking about locking in a Narsha next to a Leo. That's what he's thinking about. We might see another Chow pick on the 5th. Yep, Chow's banned though. Chow's a must ban in this. But I think you also have to ban the Assure. That's why I don't really like the Smicer in there. Well, neither for the Marsha that much. I think this Marsha Smicer could have been 2 very much better picks. If he went for Juno, something like that, like the Juno Lucia right there, it would have been a lot more open. He actually bans the Hey Gang. Interesting. Okay. Right, so he's going to be fighting the Ashur? I'm not sure. Sounds tricky with those units. Does have to fight the... yeah, and he does not outspeed. You definitely have to go for the Cigar on this. And the Ashur is probably going to take down the Marsha pretty fast. Ooh, doesn't land though. I think you still have to tumble it down into the Marsha. Okay, it does make the Marsha get a turn as well. But yeah, the anti-crit just does enough. Can't take down the Marsha yet, and the Cigar still has skills up. Also, where do you want to place this right now? Okeanos doesn't manage to do anything, does get the additional turn. But you don't really have a good use of your skill 2 right now. Could do it on the cooltime himself. That makes sense. Well, I should also already use the skills. A lot of additional turns coming in there, but that does also mean that Asher is going to be throwing in additional turns anytime soon. And the cooldowns on this unit is really low. Yeah, like 1 proc and he's back on his S3 right now. So that's 25k. That is some good damage Valagil right there. It was on the Marsha dehorsed armor break, so you do always tend to do more damage on that in the first place. But there's also just the amount of Vio procs back and forth is a lot. But you have to go for the Assure right now because Assure has skills back. You have to provoke this, otherwise you're fucked. Nope. Well, the next one to move is... Wait, if you push back the Smicer right now, does the Assure move? Oh, it does. That's actually pretty strong. But yeah, there's going to be another Assure skill 3 and then it's just done for because it removes the bomb as well. Because it's the lowest HP unit, that's the one you cleanse. Armor break on that first hit. That is really what you want to see on that unit. If it armor breaks late, it doesn't do as much damage, but if it armor breaks first, a lot of damage coming in. Yeah, draft is too heavy fire to win this probably. Also not sure how far Cigar... Nope, throwback. That's also Okeanos is low-key a counter into Smicer because of the throwback of the silence. That Valagil is doing a lot of damage. Well, it does help that you have the defense buff from the Wajet. That helps out a lot, but that Valagil is doing a lot of damage right there. And GG's on that one. GG's on that one. Like, so far, pretty much every match, I think the most contested unit on Japan region so far has been Twin Angels, whereas for a lot of other regions, it's definitely Cigar. I think Cigar is still second in this one, but it's definitely not first. Also, a lot less Holy Trinity. Very true. There's a lot less Chandra, Velojul, Cigar, yeah. Whereas these units are open a lot. I think in general, we haven't seen that much Chandra. Decent amount of Velojul, but not that much Chandra. Okay, there we have him. Could even lock that in with Velojul right now. Velojul with defense buff of Laura is very strong, though. But also 0 Ethna, 0 Fire Monkeys, which is also pretty interesting. Back to the Cardinal. I'm not sure if I'm liking the Cardinal that much. I feel once again that a Fire Bayek would have probably done more. What did you miss? This is already semi-finals and best of 5 fifth match, so going pretty fast. Going back to a Moor plus a Chiwu, or not the Chiwu, the Changpeng. We haven't seen too much Changpeng recently in the meta. I think mainly Lucia kind of pushed the Changpeng out of meta. But is that something that he's going to be locking in here right now? Because last time around with the Lucia, he did look like a favorable match, but he didn't. He missed so much. Yeah, we're already live for like 2.5 hours. Hey, gang, pick. That's pretty nice, but if that Moor was on Despair, right? Yeah, it was Despair. Okay, in this case, Laura was switched to Vio, so it's not going to be taking first turn. Or might it still do? No, Twins, Angels. This one is Swift, though. So we'll be taking first turn. But then the big question, what do you boost? Because if you, yeah, it's going to boost the Moor. So Moor has to be landing pushbacks. Does land a good amount of pushbacks. Good enough to go for skill 3. So does Cardinal. Okay-ish stunts, but I think Kanitama's going to win this, yeah. Yep, that's a very strong Okeanos right there. He's definitely making it work with all of those AoE units. Interesting to see. Yeah, so once again, like, this is the so many time where Cardinal's drafted in a position where Cardinal's just there for bruisering, but he doesn't get to bruiser that much. Like, sure, he does good damage and all in here, but it's not too much of a bruiser fight where a Cardinal is fitting well in the draft. And if you look at the draft on the bottom side, if that Cardinal was like an Ethna, he would have fucked him up really badly. I guess that is just a full tank Velojul then, because it was not doing insane amount of damage. Dominic, okay, lots of damage coming in on that side. Muku on the other side. Yan Hong is gone, so outspeeding it at this case, I think once again it's one of those things where you lock in a bruiser unit where you don't really have the first turn, so your bruiser unit's kind of on like a back foot already. Therefore, I kind of don't like it as much. Robo pick is pretty nice over here. Yeah, I'm liking the draft of Osada-san. Probably Ben has got to go on that Cigar, I guess. Once again, a Fire Monkey or an Ethna would do pretty decent, but let's see if they like to lock that in. He does only have one speed lead though, which isn't too great. Goes for Juno. Julian or Laura? I personally would prefer a Laura, but I think Julian, it's very close for me. Because I do think that Julian would probably, in the current playstyle that I play, would probably give me the biggest boost in winning or win rates. Yeah, Laura has everything. That's kind of my favorable pick for that as well. Okay, so we do have first turn on that. It is mainly on the Oliver. Like, how well does the Oliver perform? That is the main thing for Osada-san, but I do think that he should be winning this one. No despair stunts this time around. I think that Robo is on Vio. Okay, it's not. It just showed me that it's not. And those are very good stunts. I would have... Oh, it is somewhat of a risk play, though. Like, the Sierra reset does make sense. But if the Velojul would have procced out, you would have probably lost that match. But since he's on, like, 2-0, he can get away with it. But those are the things, like, I'm so used to things proccing out on the very first turn they have. I would have absolutely done it on the Velojul. Proc on that, okay. If you don't land it on the Velojul right now, does land it on the Velojul, does get an additional turn himself. Yeah, Osada-san should be winning this. I'm so used that the enemy procs out on the very first turn they have, that they always go for the cleanser. That's just me, man. That is just me. Okay, does get an additional turn. That's some good healing coming in, though. Dom will be able to take that unit out. Oh, did he win, though? Did he win, though? Like, the Dom might actually do some work here. Because the Veligil will have skill 3 up soon. Oliver has to be landing a lot of stuff right now. And preferably you get a Despair stun on the Veligil. Does try to go for a kill, doesn't get it. On the Sierra, yep, absorbs. Then on the Nasha, lands it. How much is this Dom going to do? It could be a Dom gaming right here. Branding on that first hit. That's a good damage Dom. That is a lot of damage. Wow, okay. Dom that didn't really feel like fitting in the draft early on actually did make it work. Interesting one, interesting one. Good old Dominic. Can still do a lot of damage. I think there's just too little damage on the side of Asada-san right now. Like, finesses are not really that damage based anyways. Imagine if it was a firefighter Dom. He didn't really need a firefighter Dom in this case. He just needed more add damage because he's not really firefighting that much. It's just a finesse. Vela proccing, it did help out that Vela did proc. That's absolutely true, but then again, you could also say the other way around, getting the Despair stunts or from the Robo on the Veligil early on. That was kind of lucky too. But the Veligil definitely does want to win this round. That is a true statement. So I would say luck was kind of even on this one. Because if the Veligil wasn't stunned in the first rotation, the Sierra would have gotten the turn in right away. Because he had to go for the skill 3 from the Oliver on the Veligil, which would have been more inconsistent in the first place because of hitting fire. But in most cases... Oh, we're going back. Osada-san's face is like mine. Is like, I don't like to play this Seki bullshit. I do not like to play this Seki bullshit. Yeah, I think that you could kind of risk it to snipe something with like a Sonya or some shit, but do you really want to risk that though? I would say once again, an Athena kind of does feel fitting, even though that the pony might prevent your Athena. Not sure if I'm liking Abellio. There's a lot of annoying shit on your enemy side already for them. Federica, I'm not sure. Federica's kind of fucked by Narsha and Zeratul, right? I never really used Federica into Narsha Zeratul, but I think it's kind of bad. And that last pick on the Nana is pretty strong. Yeah, it could be that it's not going that much. Well, he had the pony pre-banned in the matches where he could pick Han, so he could have actually still picked it. But there was too much of a speed comp on the side of Takuzo 10 that Osada-san couldn't really play his normal comp that much. Okay, Federica is in. Curious to see if that's actually going to be working around. Plus, there's a lot of fire units that have to go through a Chandra at some point. Okay, at least he can go for double strips. But where do you land them, though? I would say... Yeah, this one... Okay, wait, you do give the pony its turn? Uh-oh. Where is he gonna be locking in the damage? If you do give the pony the turn, it's going to be hard for that Federica to land shit. Okay, Federica, you have to land this on the Zeratul, I guess. Yeah, Zeratul, 100%. You don't go for the pony. Pony you can't kill. Okay, does land it, does actually kill. Look at his face now, he's like, yeah! But is this going to be enough, though? That's the big question. Sounds on his cinema. It is, man. It is. Oh, that's some good damage as well. That's some really good damage, but same back at it. Plus additional turns, so that's getting closer to skills in. Osada-san might have this. Might have this. The pony proccing, though. If there's an immunity unit on the side of Takuzo 10, it's just proccing. Wait, he actually goes for that? Okay. Does make a bit of sense, but you do say goodbye to your Narsha as well because of it. I'm not sure what that provoked, though. Well, the thing is that Federica would have had skill up on the next rotation otherwise. But I think Federica already did her most thing that she needed to do. If this Veligil procs back right now, match is over. Man. The Veligil only procs on one side of the two players. I would have for sure done a skill 3 right there. Just to get potential slows in and stuff. Do you go for the pony right now? Does go for the pony. Okay. Yeah, and now you can land it with the... Yeah, you're done. You're done. Yeah, like Takuzo 10 is one of those players that has a bit more RNG going his side. That is absolutely true. So, deserved a victory for Osada-san for sure. And now he gets the additional turns when it's 1 against 3. Well played, well played. Federica in the end did work out. So I would say that he doesn't have that much of damage going. Yeah, well, he did show it before with the double, what's it called? Heigangs and stuff. Ardmaster, double Ardmasters, despair stunning whole team with just the 2 of them. Going back to that Federica, did work out very well last time around, but now the Federica is playing into a potential reset with the Cigar, which is a little bit worse. You could pair that into even going for a Segmet, wouldn't have been too bad, but does go back to the Moor that has been using before. But we have seen that Moor being on this pair, which is not that great into an Heigang. So, let's see. But then again, you want to leave the Heigang in for the Tianlang to pick up the A to B in most cases. Yeah, it's pretty much all eyes on the Masha on one side, and let's see how much Kenitama can do into killing those things through everything. Because there's a lot of everything going on. Do you go right away for the Masha and then boost up something that can maybe deal damage to the Masha? Let's go for the Cigar. Tianlang takes the turn. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's a perfect stun rotation on that Tianlang. Holy shit. That is the one thing that you did want to stun on that Tianlang. That's actually insane. Okay, on the other side, Cigar also got additional turn. Osada-san is fighting the additional turns, man. But at least the Nikki... Well, Nikki still has skills. Probably will go for the S2. Can you stun this as well? You kind of have to. Could go for just a skill 1 stun. I would kind of go for skill 1 stun over here rather than skill 2. Yep. Okay, interesting choice to go for that pushback. Does decide to go for Nikki. Someone was saying like Nikki is nerfed. Nikki just did a shit ton of damage. Holy fuck. Yeah, that's the Tianlang. That Tianlang had some high value. Whoa. Okay, Osada-san is like 0 to 3 procs right now. It's not looking that nice. Okay, can you kill it? You should be able to kill this. 34k, good damage. Still no procs Osada-san side though. Hey gang, do some magic. Good double resistance on that Vanessa though. But yeah, the March is not looking super lively at the moment. And the March is the one that has to be dealing all the damage. Tianlang is being weirdly inconsistent with his strips, but being super consistent with his procs. Okay, how much damage you do? Not too much damage. Still looking kind of grim. The HPs on the sides of Osada-san is kind of low. Good stun though. Very good stun. Don't proc on this. Thank you. Okay, Masha, can you take it out right now? Well, the Muko will have skills up in this turn, but is it going to be enough? And what do you kill? Still, Osada-san is on 0, man. Osada-san is still on 0 bios. He's been on 27 for a long time right now. Well, let's see if he gets the despairs. 2 good despairs. Look at his face. I was like, come on! But he's gonna be missing his unit right now. You have to kill the Tianlang, but that's the only one you have the armor rake on. Proc on this? Never lucky. The double despair stun. Okay, he doesn't have the fire luck, he does have the despair stun luck though. That is just as good. Maybe even better. No slow though. You definitely would have liked to see a slow over there. Still threat state for 1 turn. It's close as fuck though. Mungo has glance? No, he doesn't. Oh, the Marsh is not taking turns. Marsh is not taking turns. Also, this match is not like you're on fire, but you do not. Oh, that no pushback. Osada still loses this one. Yeah, the push-up would probably... Wait. Proc now? Ah! Wait, how much damage is this thing going to do? Can you take out the Martian in one hit? It's no damage! Please crit! Please crit! Crit this fucker! Yes! Oh, what a match! Holy shit, what a match! Wow. We do go back to the Okeanos and the Yeonhong. It's interesting to see how much Okeanos we have once again in this setups. We go for Chow. We know how much I like Chow. Let's see if Chow does any good over here. Is Chow even the must ban? I don't think so. I would still be rather looking at a Hegang ban, potentially. Or even Vanessa ban. To be honest, a Wind Robo right now ban Vanessa doesn't look too bad. Because then the Wind Robo becomes 100% must ban. It's one of those back pocket picks. If you have a Wind Robo right now, it would be nice. Dark Robo would do the same thing, but Dark Robo, I think it's Dark Robo. Was it Vio? I don't remember. The one from Osada-san was Despair for sure. But it could still be a ban on... No, actually you can just simply ban the Hegang as well. But banning the Vanessa feels a little bit easier to kill shit. Otherwise you have to go through 2 lives of the Nash and stuff. And the Hegang after turn 1 is not having that much value in this team. Yep. I think Kenitama is looking at a better draft over here. But it kind of depends if he's going to be locking in enough damage. Because now he has to go through 2 lives. Which will be a little bit harder. And in this case, you do want the Despair one on that Robo. That is for sure. Because there's a lot of CC, but there might not be that much follow-up. Or there's a lot of strips, but not too much follow-up. So let's see how much this thing does. Despair's 1, and that's a very crucial one. Despair's 2. Those are very crucial too. Osada-san's face is not too happy with that one. Yeah, once again, Chow drafts, huh? Chow drafts. Well, let's see how much this Chow is going to do. If it's going to do anything. Chow, go for the kill. Ah, Chow fucking sucks. Even if Chow procced, nah. Draft-wise, this was just a good draft on Kenitama's side. He did need the Despair stunts on the Cigar mainly. I think the Narsha one is not the most important. But the one on the Cigar was very important. And he's getting a fair amount of Despairs. And Chow doesn't do shit. Oh, Dominic and Kovaci. If I had a Kovaci, I would be spamming a lot more Dom. I would be spamming a lot more Dom because Kovaci Dom is fucking strong. Not too many Junos. We've seen a decent amount of Junos. But this meta was very focused on spamming the Water Twins Angels. A little bit less on Chandra, Valajul, Cigar. Still saw a decent amount of them. But 0 Fire Monkeys and 0 Ethnas. That's definitely interesting. But in this case, you have to ban that Tianleng, I would say. But you also have to be very scared of that Dominic. On the other side, is he going to be taking out... Well, if you land a Federica, you're kind of praying that the Cigar doesn't land, or you have to ban that Cigar. So I'm not sure if I'm liking the Federica pick here that much. Yeah, if the Federica's reset by the Cigar, well, you could work with the threat state that you can get it off. So it is a possibility in there. Does ban that Tianleng at least? Okay, do definitely appreciate that one. But yeah, then the big question is, how much can you do? I do think, yeah, you would take first turn on that Wajet for sure. But it's really all eyes on that Han. Like, how much can the Han do? How much can the Hegang also Despair stun? If the Hegang gets good Despair stuns, 0 Despair stuns. That's not great. Well, the Federica would get the skill off. If he goes for S2 right now, Federica would for sure get the skill off. Okay. Can you one-shot? Easy one-shot. Good. Han. Easy kill. Yep, that's the kind of matchup that he likes to play with. Cigar can still do a bit of work, but I think it's pretty hard to come back from this position. Does land on everything, though. But then again, you're going to be hitting Cigar from this point on anyways. Plus, you didn't want to do any skills. Good proc on the Han, though. Because that gives you a lot of cycling. Yeah, plus the chip defense break and provoke is just gonna give healing as well. Don't proc on this one, please. Motherfuckers. Full pushbacks, but still good damage. Yeah, the Humble is actually working, or not the Humble, the Wajet is working really well right now. Like, the Wajet plus Han is just such a strong combination. And that only works if you ban that Tian Lang. Does he go back to... Normally he likes to go for Twin Angels plus Cigar, so Cigar stolen right now is pretty nice, but he could still go for like Yan Hong plus something. Or he goes like Twins Angels Marsh or so. Actually leaves out the Twins Angels because he does know that Osada-san doesn't really play that too much. He could have maybe stolen like an early Hey Gang. In this case, once again, this is something where I'd be locking in Fire Monkey, man. But they go for more single target strips, okay? The Federico of Osada-san is definitely doing some work. It's getting the right skills in at the right moment. And then with jet boosting, the Federica does help out a lot. Plus it also... Oh, I'm not liking that. No. Don't lock this in. Do not lock this in. I am not liking this. Because the moment Federica is gone, you have near to no damage. I'm not liking that Leo over here. Oh, that's a Federica ban for sure. I'm not sure about that Leo. Like, sure, Leo plus Cigar could lock in some damage, but the armor breaks are really short of timing. Plus, like, the Hey Gang with Jet, everything, it's not doing as much damage. Plus, we have seen before, Nasha through a Leo could still do a decent amount. But then the big question is, what is your best... Well, if you go Douglas here, Douglas is 100% must ban. Like, lock in Douglas, ban out the no, I'm not... No, just lock in Douglas, ban Federica. You have an easy match with the first 4 units on your field, though. What would I have banned on the side of Osada-san? Have legit, like, fucking Ethna or some shit. If you had a good Ethna, Ethna would have fucked up that whole team. Because either you outspeed it by speed lead Ethna. Wait, why the fuck is Federica in the match? Am I an idiot right now, or what? How is Federica in this match? What? That was such a 1000% ban on the Federica. I have never seen a more Federica has to be banned than this ever. What are you planning to do? It's willed. How are you gonna kill it? Maybe, no, you're not gonna kill this either. Okay. Misses the bomb? Okay. Wait. Okay. Does he still lose with a Federico on the field, though? I'm not sure. Easy takes out that. No, Cigar should be taking over match right now. There was no way that you gotta keep a Federico on the field. There's absolutely no way. Well, depends on the Masha, though. Well, if you armor break something right now, Federica could heal enough. Whoa, that's a heavy hit. I think you should have dehorsed it. I think you should have dehorsed it, because that skill 1 would have killed it. Yeah, I think he should have killed the Narsha. I think he misplayed there, because if he hit that provoke on... If he did the damage on the Narsha, Narsha would have been dead from that skill 1 from the Federica. Yeah, now he boosts up Yan Hong, match is over. Yeah, I think that Leo was really misplaced over there. And the additional turn from that. Genitama wins. Yep. No, I feel like that the Leo was kind of weird in draft. The Federica made sense, but the Leo was kind of weird. But also not banning the Federica was even weirder. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more guides, join the Discord and check out the content tab, which has the dungeon guide archive and the video guide archive, which contains all of the guides that you need. Hope to see you there.